Hi, welcome to Paint by Blunders. Slightly different video today. We are going to be looking at some paintbrushes that I was sent by Golden Maple, and they asked if I would have a go on these brushes and just say what I think of them. They didn't pay me to do it. They haven't told me what I can and can't say, which is great because I'd be rubbish at that and I don't want to do that. So these are a set of 15 brushes ranging in all sorts of shapes and sizes. Let's have a look at what they're meant to be for. Perfect for detailed work, miniature, Warhammer 40k, scale model, nail art, something I might take home 2025, acrylic, paint by numbers, definitely should say paint by blunders, right? Watercolour and oil. So let's have a quick look at this package that I received. Looks very nice, very sleek. And after opening them up, I found out there was a case within a case, which is great. And I wanted to see all of these lovely brushes spread out on the worktop. And yeah, there's every size imaginable. Very impressed. So this is all the brushes assembled. And yeah, they're quite soft. They've got great points. So I'm looking forward to giving these a little go. So let's do it. Let's put these to the test. So here we have our little 3D printed dragon from Dragon Trappers Lodge, and I'm just going to use size 1 to start with, just going round and just putting on those base coats, ready to add some contrast and just speed paint this little fella up. So here I'm using one of the thicker, flatter brushes just to put down that contrast paint. And it just, yeah, goes across the model really well, really easy. Then I'm going to come back in with one of the fine detail brushes and just use that original base colour, which was a light blue, just to pick out those scales again. So just using the edge of the brush to do some edge highlighting on this, keeps a nice point, held a good amount of paint, no complaints. They've got this cool sort of triangular design on the bottom of the brush, so they're just a bit more comfortable to hold. I find if you're quite confident, you hold a brush quite high and you can just work away, or especially if you're base coating, I would anyway. But it just makes them a little bit more comfortable to hold. You may like that, you may not. I find when I'm going into real fine detail work, I probably hold the brush a bit lower anyway, and it causes no discomfort at all. A little bit about me, just in case you ever want to know. At school, some of you might remember this, I was given these rubber triangular, I'll call them sheaths, to put over my pen and pencils when I was learning how to write, because I wasn't very good at it. Still not very good at it, to be honest, but they tried, and yeah, so that shape design always reminds me of that. There you go, a little bit about me. Moving on to some of the smaller details now, so I'm shrinking down the brush size. I think this was a 0. Great little point on it, and held a lot of paint, which I was pleasantly surprised about, especially when it came to doing these eyes. Next up, I was just putting in some shading on all these creamy horn type areas. Again, paint flowed nicely off the brush and 0 complaints here. Again, I'm using one of these bigger, flatter brushes just to add some shading into some of these corners with a nice purple wash, just to add a bit of depth. Quality-wise of the actual brush, they're very soft, which I was quite surprised about. I expect them to be incredibly stiff and plasticky, which they're not. They're nice and soft. They go to a good point. I've only been using them for about a day, and I haven't had anything, untoward happen to them. No loose bristles yet, no sudden changes to shape. Nice plus about the set is that there are a load of different brushes in it, as in there's 15, but they come in like a range of sizes. I'm a huge fan of these rounder, flatter brushes. I use them a lot. I have a couple of all different varieties, shapes and sizes ones next to me, especially if I'm painting like proppy things or base coating or flat, large flat panels and like a tank, etc. I find them really good. The horrible moment you have to paint the eyes. Just a little bit of black contrast paint on a nice fine tipped brush here. And then we're just going to put a little dot of white in to finish it off. And there he is done, our little frosty Spyro, painted completely with the golden maple brushes to give them a little go to see what they perform like, and they were great. So, what do I think of these brushes? Who do I recommend them for, and are they any good? I think they're good. I mean, for 20 quid for 15 brushes, they're great. Who would I recommend them for? Ideally, if you're just starting out, I would definitely pick up a set of these, because I plan to do a video on if I started painting miniatures in 2025, what would I do and what would be my sort of beginner's kit. These would definitely be up there because you've got a variety of sizes and it's an all-in-one sort of package and it's just done. They do have another set which is less fine detail brushes. I think you get like 10, but you do get some dry brushes. I would be interested to see how their dry brushes perform. So gold maple, if you do watch this, dry brushes. If you do want to give them a go, there will be an Amazon link below. If I can get a discount code added to that description, I will, to try and save you some money. But if not, have an Amazon search. They've got other brushes on there. You don't have to take my recommendation and get this set just because this is the set I tested. They've got a variety of brushes. So get whatever set suits you the most and give them a go. I don't think you'll regret it. As I say, especially if you're a D&D, painter, if you like just getting models on the board quick as well, if you like your slap choppy sort of stuff, you've got a lot of variety of shapes and sizes to sort of get in there when you're putting the contrast paints on. I hope you enjoyed this little review. I will continue to do little reviews of these brushes and see what I learn.